So you were saying in part one that you misinterpreted the lyrics to "Linger," and I'll in my video I'll explain the lyrics perhaps, and there's also explanation in the album itself. But I'm curious what your interpretation was at first.
I knew it was about a heavy subject matter, but I wasn't sure what. And honestly, I'm not a lyric person. If something lyrics grab me, I'll find out what they are and see what they're about. Because just because I feel the song, maybe the lyrics are totally opposite. But in this case, it was supposed to be about a heavy subject, a tearful subject, and I thought it was about a loss of losing someone, generally speaking, whether it's a relationship, like a blood relative, a best friend, you name it. For some reason, that's what I gathered. I didn't really pay much, like I mentioned, I wasn't really paying too closely attention. I wasn't paying close enough attention to realize what it really was about. But that was my initial take on it. And even then, as I was learning, playing my parts, and then started to rosin up the bow, I would start getting the tear ducts going on the eyes. That it was just what Kurt was singing and how he was saying it, and I was just like, man, this is a lot of. It's just raw emotion, and then it hit me, right here, and like I said, I started welling up on both eyes actually, and it just motivated me to learn my parts or to play the instrument, relearn how to play it, and damn, it's one hell of a song. And then when I found out what it was about, coming from Fire and EMS, that just made it boom. I mean, it was just heavy. It doesn't have to be loud and obnoxious to be the heaviest song.
And as far as like, I don't know, the song that was maybe like the biggest surprise to you, whether in musical construct or in the writing process or the outcome or lyrically or like any of it, just in general, what song was like maybe we started working on it and then it became something else that you didn't really foresee it becoming that, or anything like that?
It would definitely be Whispering Snakes. I thought that was kind of going to be the throwaway song. For some reason, I don't know. I just thought it was going to be like, all right, it's got the groove, and with everything else, it'll go to the side. We'll probably grab. It seemed like we were gravitating to maybe more the one of the edgier songs, and the more I started playing it, the more I don't know, the groove started to sink in more. What I was doing parts, when like there's a midsection that I got to dabble in some tapping, and it just seemed like everything just started making more sense. It's almost like the more you listen to something, the first time you listen to it, you're like, okay, I like the idea, but yeah, whatever. But then as we kept doing it, it just got more fluid. I don't know, it just started to gel on me or grow on me. And then knowing about the lyric content about depression and stuff like that, or dealing with demons. I mean, I quote unquote self-diagnosed myself with depression about 2.5 months back in 2008. That's some dark stuff, and I guess that gave me that last extra connection to that song, where it's like, it's still, I think, a fun song to play. I mean, outright fun song to play, but it's dealing with stuff that is very real, and the only way to deal with it is to talk about it. And I alluded in another interview that in Fire and EMS, I see a lot of nasty stuff, and sometimes you can try to help, sometimes you can, most of the times you can't, and but with music we get to lash it out. And this song, as I think, is very upbeat. It's also as dark as the rest of the album, but in such an accessible way that if you're not paying attention, like someone like me, lyrically speaking, you'd never know. It's good stuff.